Welcome to Self-Publishing with Ally, proudly sponsored by Book Vault. Sell high-quality print-on-demand books directly to readers worldwide and earn maximum royalties selling directly. Automate fulfillment and create stunning special editions with Book Vault Bespoke. Visit bookvault.app today for an instant quote. Our self-publishing news stream is sponsored by book cover design company Mibble Art. They offer unlimited revisions, take no deposit to start work, and you pay only when you love the final result. Get a book cover that will become your #1 marketing tool. And now, here's your host for Self-Publishing with Ally, Dan Holloway.
Hello and welcome to what could be a very spectacular self-publishing news this week. And on that note, with apologies for any disruption, disturbance, or loud noises in the background, after about a month of dry weather, we are in the middle of the most almighty storm here in the south of England. So if I jump or skip or stop, that's what's going on. Somewhat less cataclysmic events actually in the news, and the main news really over the past week has focused on the legal ruling against Apple, or this is in the case of Epic Games against Apple. So for some background, Apple, as you are probably aware, charges or has charged or taken a cut of all in-app sales that are made through any app downloaded in the App Store. This currently amounts to around 27%. It basically means that either people who buy things in-app through apps for iOS pay more, or the companies who have developed those apps get less, and Apple takes a cut, which does them very nicely, thank you. Back in 2020, Epic Games took issue with this on behalf of Fortnite, which was at the time about as big as anything in the media world got. And finally, fast forward 5 years later, we are seeing some rulings rolled out in this case. And specifically, it has been ruled that Apple need to accept apps that allow direct purchases in-app without taking a cut from them. So this ruling came about, probably 2 weeks ago now. And what we have been seeing ever since is the consequences of it. So the main consequence that actually will affect readers and will affect us is that the Kindle app for iOS now has a buy book button. So previously, if you were reading on your iPhone or on your iPad, through the Kindle app, you couldn't buy books. You would have to go to the web version of Amazon and buy from there. So this makes it much easier for people to buy books through their Kindle or through the Kindle app, which is good news for us as authors who do a lot of sales that way. Other things that will affect us include Patreon. So Patreon, you can now make payments direct to creators through the iOS Patreon app. So yeah, this is likely to open up all kinds of possibilities for fans who have iPhones and iPads and do everything that way to pay the people whose work they love without Apple taking a cut, or just through apps that haven't been able to use before because of disputes with Apple. The other big knock-on for this will be Spotify. So Spotify, along with Epic Games and Fortnite, have resubmitted a whole new version of the app to the App Store based on these new rules, and that will allow people directly in-app to top up. If they're premium subscribers, it will allow them to top up their 15 hours with additional hours of audiobooks, and it will also allow them to buy audiobooks direct from Spotify through the iOS Spotify app if it is accepted into the App Store. So that's potentially huge news. Apple, of course, have filed an appeal. They've also asked for a stay in the interim so that while the appeal is being heard, they don't have to go ahead and follow the judgment. Nonetheless, at the moment, they do have to do so. And certainly Spotify and Amazon and Patreon and others think that it is worth their while pursuing that route. So yeah, big changes to the way that Apple and the App Store works that could benefit many of us. So that's some good news. There is some AI news going around, and that is the statement on AI by the Association of American Publishers. So they are, if you read Mark Williams, as many of you will, I'm sure, and as I certainly do avidly, Mark has always portrayed the Association of American Publishers as being much more firmly pro-tech than organisations in the UK. This week, however, they have really taken an interesting stance and are framing the situation as basically war between publishers and tech. And so the AAP, Association of American Publishers, President Maria Pallanti has issued a plea for the tech industry and the publishing industry to work together as what she calls symbiotic superpowers, saying that actually they should not be at war as they appear to be, but they should be working together because, and this is the long established and used argument, AI is only as good as the data it is trained on. If the tech industry takes content such that there is no incentive for people to create it anymore, the AI that results from it will very soon lose its usefulness, and there will become a law of diminishing returns, and so no one will benefit. And so she has called for cooperation in the light of that. We'll end though with some more good news, and that is that audiobooks seem to be continuing to do well. So we have the figures, the Q1 figures this week from Storytel, which is the sort of the OG of the Nordic audiobook subscription services. And they now have 2.5 million paid subscribers, and they had a revenue last year of nearly $100 million, which was a 7% increase over the same period last year. So audiobooks still seem to be doing exceptionally well, and that's even outside of Spotify. And I'm sure that some, especially Daniel Ek at Spotify, would claim that a portion of that at least is what he would call the Spotify effect, which is that Spotify's entry into the audiobook market has simply widened the market for everyone. Whether or not that's the case, I'm not sure is proven, but it is still the case that audiobooks are doing exceptionally well. So that feels basically like a week with quite a lot of positive news and quite a lot of potential for future positive news. So I very much hope that I get to share more positive news with you next week, and I very much look forward to speaking to you again then. And I hope Howard is going to tell me that there hasn't been massive electrical interference that has ruined the quality of this recording, because there has certainly been, shall we say, a soundtrack going on here in Oxford. So thank you all, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.
You've been listening to Self-Publishing with Ally, proudly sponsored by Book Vault. Sell high-quality print-on-demand books directly to readers worldwide and earn maximum royalties selling directly. Automate fulfillment and create stunning special editions with Book Vault Bespoke. Visit bookvault.app today for an instant quote. Our self-publishing news stream is sponsored by book cover company Mibble Art. They offer unlimited revisions, take no deposit to start work, and you pay only when you love the final result. Get a book cover that will become your #1 marketing tool. And if you haven't already, we invite you to join our association and become a self-publishing ally. You can do that at allianceindependentauthors.org.